Today, we're going to do a little walk and talk on the beach with a little tour of this magical little place in the rocks, in the ocean, the magical power of water over time. So water is like soft, seems soft. You can spray it on your face, you can swim in it, move in it, and it lets you move gracefully through. But look at what water can do over time to the seemingly hard rock. Look at how this shapes this whole environment. And look at how beautiful it is. Look what it does. Look what it does out here. You can see the watermarks and stuff over here. Look what water with consistent action, consistently being what it is, it changes the whole landscape. But what happens is it's this little thing called time again. When these waves come in and out, I'm going to take you through a few wee caves and stuff here as we go. When these waves come in and out, it looks like they're not having much effect. It comes in, it goes out. We have to show this one. It comes in, it goes out. And it doesn't seem like nothing changes very much. Nothing changes a lot. But look at this, all of this rock, everything here, all the little nooks and crannies, along with wind and other movements, are shaped by this water, consistently being what it is, consistently doing what it does, consistently flowing, consistently shifting. Not trying to make something happen, just being what it is. And it shapes the whole environment, it shapes this whole space. And it makes it magical. You know, you've got all these little caves, you've got all these little things. I love walking through this. But isn't it interesting how powerful this seemingly soft and insignificant movement can be when it's repeated continuously over a period of what we call time? And I think it's an amazing example of the human journey. You know, small consistent action, small consistent meditation, small consistent smiles, small consistent ideas acted upon, and just following what you know to be true consistently. What change it can make over time, and what, if we look at it in a short period, it seems very insignificant. And a lot of times humans, we focus on, because we've been sort of programmed to want, to desire instant gratification, tap the button, the event consciousness. I want instant ascension, instant manifestation. When it really is, it is instant. Everything is instant, everything's already here. But this water reveals a rich tapestry over the period of the gift of the tool that we call time. It reveals this. It reveals its magic over time. And that's a gift, it's not a curse. We've been made and programmed to be impatient. We've been made and programmed to just want everything now. We just want it fixed. We want the quick pill. We want the easy solution. Whereas the water just does what it does. We go to sleep, we wake up, the water's doing what it does. Oppa! Thank you, water. Water just gives a little kiss there. Good thing this is waterproof. Water just continues. Just keeps on keeping on. Keeps coming in. Continues to do what it does. And makes massive change. It changes the whole shape of the landscape constantly. Not by some instant quick fix, by just the continuous being of its nature. It just continues to be what it is, and look what results. I'm going to come out into here. I had that other place like kind of to yourself, but I want to show you another little few magic spaces. It's just amazing how simple it is, how simple life is, how simply being yourself. I'll show you these. Let me walk through here. I can turn the camera around. And if I can do this maybe. Just to walk through here and up here and through here again. Just by being who you are, just like water, huge changes happen over and over. It just may not be that we can see them. We may not be aware of them in the way that we want, in the way we think it's supposed to happen. But this is the faith. This is the faith piece. Continuously acting as if everything that we want, everything that our state of being that we're choosing will bring us. We have to continue. We don't have to, but if we want to, imagine the water just wanted 100 years of evolution just to be today. It doesn't work like that. By humans, we think we can just bypass this. And in truth, actually, we can, but we didn't come here for that. We're not bound by anything. The time that we've used as a tool is so that we can experience the evolution, so we can experience what it feels like to set the intention to climb the mountain, to get prepared, to prepare your body, to set a course, to set off from base camp, to find your challenges along the way, to think like you're going to give up halfway through, to meet another challenge at 3/4 of the way up, and finally make it, finally go through. That's what the tool of time is for. It's not something that we're bound by. It's not something that is hurting us in some way. It's something that we can use and something that we are using. And when we begin to see it as a tool, when we begin to see it as a gift, then it actually can become more malleable. We do experience Mandela effects. We do experience timeless moments. We do experience the ability to slow it down or speed it up. But if we're always looking only one way and we're always resisting this thing called time and resisting what is, by your very resistance, by our very resistance and energy given to the seeming status quo, it has to stay that way. It has to continue to be that way. When you try and, if I try and push this water back, what happens? Nothing. I try and, like my son, I notice my son sometimes having fun. He goes in and tries to punch and kick the waves. And he has a lot of fun doing it, but what happens is absolutely nothing. But if we welcome, if I make a cup, I can kick this water around and put all my effort, and you can get the strongest man in the world to punch and kick this water, the strongest woman in the world to use all of her power to make waves. But what happens? Absolutely nothing. But if we make a little cup with our hands and put it down into the water softly, we can lift it up. We can drink it, although we wouldn't drink this. We can use it. It becomes usable when we surrender and create a container. Water will fill it, and it will always find its level. And if we direct the water, it will go exactly there. And if we direct it into 10 different environments, it always finds its own level no matter what environment we put it into. So if we create the conditions through which life can fill our cup, it will fill it and overflow it. But if we go and try and empty the ocean with a teaspoon, what happens? Again, absolutely nothing. So the invitation here is to always learn from nature, if you so choose. Observe nature, because we are like a microcosm of nature. Observe the natural principles and laws of nature. And rather than complaining about them, rather than working against them, rather than trying to overcome them, use the principles, use the laws to show us how life works and how we can be in the flow and the harmony of life, how we can scoop up the water with a cup to use rather than push and fight against it and curse the time that it takes to happen. We can be moving with the flow of nature, moving with the flow of the natural principles, moving with the flow of how life works. Then we get to see that all of life is working for us. All of life is moving through me. All of life wants to create as me. I don't have to make life happen. I just make myself open and welcome for life to move through me and create through me and be what it is through and as me. Life is a gift. Life is a never-ending gift. Life and the nature of life wants to expand, it wants to evolve, it wants to open, it wants to become more and more through I am, through the I am that I am. Nice, look at that nice little scene. Another nice little scene. So we're going to finish by going over this last little piece. And I'm going to have to get wet to get out of here, which is fun. But I just like to offer this little reminder for oneself and anyone else that feel called to this, where you hear these words. Where are you pushing against the flow? Where are you trying to fight the waves? Where are you trying to bend or resist the laws of nature? And where can you turn it around, shift it, and begin to use the law as the law? Where can we use the flow as the flow? Where can we be inspired in the natural nature and flow of life? Where can we just be in that space of water with that small, consistent action, with those ideas that move the whole of creation, and just naturally be what it is we wish to see. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are